Okay, so here we go. Today's top three that I was at least looking at pre-market. First, we had ATP, and as my game plan states, the stock is up on contract news for like coronavirus masks. It had resistance at the 7 and a pre-market buy area at 591 and 550. I violated a rule of mine. Stock trade. Okay. All right. In a little bit, we're going to go outside. Let me finish making this video. If stock is too close, rule number 3, too close to VWAP open, don't take the play until it is 10% away from VWAP and there is support in the area. Okay? That's why you write the rule. When you violate the rule, you pay for it. Okay? So, had a pre-market at 591. I thought this thing was going to go and run. I really did think it was going to pop. But here we go. So here's my reason why I was interested at 591. But the reality is it was too close to VWAP, meaning I should have waited for 550. Okay, 555 would have been my entry actually. But let me see. I can't see it here. The low of this candle here, which looks like it's at right about 53 or something like that. Okay, what does it do? I had two problems. First of all, I put the trigger in the trade in pre-market in regards to my entry, and so I was just, once the market opens, if it hits my price, it does. Second of all, my software froze again, so now I'm scrambling. It was bad morning. I'm scrambling trying to figure this out. This thing is tumbling, and I violated the rule, and I deserve to lose on this trade because I should have waited till it came down to here, and this was the opportunity. Even though it was a short-lived opportunity, you feel much better entering at 550 and realizing that this thing is not going to go, and you maybe cut it some point here as a small win, or maybe even a small loss depending on how you want to play. But that was just foolish on my behalf, and so I was very disappointed in myself for that. But life goes on. This is not an exact science you live in your life. Okay, so I took that one. All right, not tonight, babe. So the next one I was looking at that was on pre-market, volume. Game plan, stock is up pre-market for rapid response to coronavirus, but I don't know what that means. That was my way of saying, I don't know what the hell, what does that mean? Is this even good news? Okay, so I didn't want to just be all in on it. Has resistance at 4, and the pre-market is choppy. Has a pre-market buy area at the 345-ish, 350, but too tight to VWAP and not enough range. Now look, I want to adhere to the rule on this one and not to the other one. That's because my eyes got bigger than my stomach. That's all that really happened. Just gotta do the same thing every time, and it works. Okay, we'll watch open and see. We'll wait for an even bigger crack. Where? Down to 335. Largest volume candles 350. Okay, so I could have called this better. Okay, see how this is an ugly pre-market chart. Look at how this is going up, and now it's working down. Yeah, you don't really want this. As opposed to look at this one. Okay, this one actually looked good. Boom, worked up, came down. Boom, worked up, came down. Stayed above this. You wanted to see it come, touch this, and go. Okay, this is ugly. That's not this. You can't recognize anything. So I saw this, and this bottom wick is 330, and of course look at this big candle. This is why I said 335ish, because sometimes it doesn't go all the way down, and you still want to get in the trade because you're buying in at a nice area. So this one, man, did it. Oops, sorry. This one does it. It goes down. Boom, hits my deal, and I'm in. Now, mind you, the problem is I'm still dealing with, now I'm in 2 trades at the same time with a software that's frozen. I don't get back in until 3:45. Not 3:45. I'm looking at this clock. But 6:45 because I'm on the West Coast. So I'm like, well, I'm not panicked, but I ain't happy. All right, so because I couldn't see, I was just so frustrated. I said, you know what? I cut. What was that? Wait. I cut APT, said I'm good. Okay. I was losing. Bump it. I jumped in too early. I violated a rule. Entered this one perfect. Held, but because I couldn't see, I'm waiting for this thing to fix. Probably, I don't know. I would say maybe 10 to 15 cents in. I had to actually put my trades up on Profitly today. maybe made 10 cents. I appreciate it. I have no idea. It helped because it cut some of the loss on the other one. But it ended up doing what I needed it to do. I was looking at this. I thought that the best place to take this trade in regards to target was right here on this line, which was 350. So if you got in at 330, even 335, that was basically 15 cents, which is it's about 5%, 5 or 6% win. Once I see this big candle, I know that's the area to beat. And once it gets here, if people shorted here the first time, it might short there again. That's why I'm always trying to get out a little bit early before it gets there, and then I'll take profits. And if it comes back down, I'll challenge it again. So there's opportunity to make money again on the back end of it. Okay, all right. So that's that one, and then the other one I was looking at was LLIT, which stock is up on offering news. It has reached a supernova that is down, has small range or pre-market. Range on pre-market, meaning the range wasn't long enough, and resistance at the 95 area, and the pre-market buy is at 87 and 80. Now again, this one was too close to VWAP. We'll see, which is why I was waiting for 80. And I could have gambled and put it here, and actually you'll see here's pre-market. So look, it's right here. There's a pivot right here. So I could have challenged 88. But look how close it is. So if it falls off to 80, you ain't feeling it. That's why I was just waiting for 80. But this one, took off. So I either just challenge all pivot areas, period, or I say if it's too tight to VWAP, I'd rather wait and see. And that's all I had to do was wait and see, because you can let it prove itself. And what I mean by that is, okay, so you let this thing run. Look at this. It got a really nice spike. Right, and you just see if there's an entry that you can play. Now, I would have wanted to get in right here. I would have wanted this to come down to this area, which looks like just under $1, but it didn't. It came to I want this. I think this is at 97 or something. It came to the VWAP though. It became a VWAP trade, and again, there was opportunity for about 5%, but this actually came down to $1 and ran $1.09, which is basically a 9% win. So you just gotta. It's just the same old game. Just be patient, sit tight. I'm glad that I didn't jump in, even though it would have won big, because it would have reinforced a bad habit, and that's what you do not want to do. You don't want to reinforce bad habits. And then this is just general. I always look at the stock that ran for the day, and this thing ran. Okay, so it popped off down here, and then wherever it levels off at, I always just put a little line. And what I'm looking to do is when it pulls back into one of those support lines, I'm willing to test it. So if this would have pulled down to here, I would have tested it here. It didn't. If it pulls here, when it breaks, when it pulled back here, I'm willing to test that. I want to see what this is going to do. And so this is the opportunity, and you can see that was a pretty nice opportunity. It's not going to always be that. Okay, and then it came back here. It didn't all the way come to the line to test, but look, it comes back and tests over here. These are two good opportunities. And so, here it is. It comes back and tests. It stabilizes, boom, and it pops again. It perks and comes back and it tests, and boom, it perks again. So, you just got to always make sure that you're continuously putting your lines and that you're putting yourself in position to make, good moves that make sense. Why was it good to test this here? Because it had already perked through here, and this is coming back to where this came, this old resistance is now new support. It's worth a try. It's worth a try with a tight stop. This is the game that we play. So, anyhow, sometimes it's disappointing when today overall was a losing day, but I still was able to minimize, if you will, the loss, very, very small loss on the total day. But I don't like one thing that pisses me off is when I don't execute. Execution is key. It's pivotal for me. That's the key to my success. And so when I get sloppy, God, that's what eats it. I'll take a loss as long as I was not sloppy. I got sloppy today, and then I didn't help that the software was freezing, but I resolved that. I called them immediately after that and got that issue resolved. So, alrighty, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow with whatever's popping then. Have a nice one.